Welcome to the City of Miramar's Business Connect, where we connect your business to what's important. Today, our topic will be preparing for a safe and healthy business environment. And our guest panelist today is Mr. Steve Stepniewski from Regal Services. I am Johnny Douglas, the business coordinator for the City of Miramar Economic and Business Development Department. I'd like you to take a seat, sit back, and let's get connected. I'd like to first of all start off by asking our guest panelist, Steve, to introduce himself.
Well, good morning, Johnny. Thank you for having me today. I do appreciate the opportunity to talking to you and to the community itself. My name is Steven Stepniewski. I am the Vice President of Regal Services. We are a commercial cleaning company in the South Florida area. We have a 40-year-old footprint here in South Florida and continually growing. With the current change in the economic market and the current change with COVID-19 going on, we're seeing a lot of changes in the way people are maintaining their business today, and we're trying to help people get back on their feet and take them to the next level right now.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Steve, one of the questions that I have for you right now is with this pandemic that we're in, and it is a heavy topic right now as businesses begin to reopen. One of the questions I have for you is why is it important for businesses to retain a regularly scheduled uh, professional cleaning, especially during this period? What makes that important? Why is it important?
So most importantly, surfaces, areas, anything that people touch when they walk through, they're basically leaving germs. They're leaving some sort of bacteria. They're leaving something behind. With the fact that we have to maintain social distancing, that we have to wear masks, that we have to wash our hands, there are a lot of people that forget to do little things along the way and leave something behind that A can be a germ, A can be bacteria, A can infect you. What we try to do is we try to take all of that out on a regular basis so that the person that is entering your facility is feeling confident and sure that they're coming into a clean, safe environment.
Okay, perfect. And I know that would probably relieve some anxieties that employees may have to returning to work, especially when they go home to ailing parents, aging parents, and children. They want to make sure that they're safe going to work and coming back home.
The biggest thing that we're seeing right now, even with all offices opening up, there's still a lot of people working from their homes as well. So they have to
Hmm.
do things in their homes. But in the office space, we're seeing social distance where people are not sitting next to each other anymore. They're sitting a desk away. They're sitting an office away. They could be within their office and maybe have no mask on, but they're not next to anybody. But as soon as they walk out of their office, they should be putting on a mask. They should be putting on gloves. They should be washing their hands. This current pandemic that we have going on right now, the numbers aren't going down, they're going back up again. And that's an indicator that we're not doing something right. When we opened our doors a little bit, everybody jumped out because we've been so cooped up for the last 3, 4 months that, we're social people. We want to go out, we want to see others. And it's hard for us to be cooped up into our places of residence that we need this social aspect of being out, but we have to take the precautions
Right.
to make sure that we are not getting sick or spreading sickness out.
Okay. As the business outreach coordinator for the city of Miramar, my concern is um, we want to make sure that the businesses are remaining open because it is vital to their income, it is vital to how they support their families, but also want to make sure that it's safe. I know you have a video that you'd like to share with us, and for those who are on Spotify and those who are can't see the video, Steve is going to do the best he can to make sure he describes everything to you verbally so that you can understand and get a visual intake of what we can see and that you cannot see.
Again, we're Regal Services. We're cleaners in the South Florida area. Couple things that you really need to know about working with an organization like us. It's very important that we leave your footprint as clean as possible. Through this whole COVID-19 thing right now that's going on, it's not just impacting us From a business perspective, it's impacting a social perspective. Uh, you have to experience a difference. Typically when you hire a commercial cleaning company, you shouldn't have to think twice about cleaning again. They should they should be doing the things, the nuts and bolts, to keep your place spotless. And that's antibacterial, that's germ-free. That's making sure that when your employees walk in the door, they're not leaving sick. Okay. Having a dirty office actually leaves a bad impression on your clients when they walk in the front door. I mean, think about it this way. When you walk into a client location and that place is filthy, would you want to go back a second time? It doesn't take a lot of money to maintain a clean environment, a germ-free, an antibacterial environment. As we start going back into our brick and mortars, our office spaces, we have to think about what the next steps are of what we do. Do we make our employees clean and take up a lot of time that way? Do we risk them getting sick? Regal services, we provide daily, weekly, and monthly janitorial services. We also provide deep cleaning for facilities that may have already had somebody in there with COVID. We'll come in there and clean that facility out so you can reopen it again. We do deep cleanings on a regular basis. Facilities like this where we've cleaned their entire environment from their office spaces to their carpets to their shop floors. We polish everything. We'll disinfect everything. All of our people, when they're working, especially through this COVID-19 as we move forward, are usually wearing protective gear. Uh, these videos obviously before COVID-19, but it's reflective on that. And I'll show you some of the stuff in a minute that we actually wear. Again, we're a 40-year-old business over in the last 40 years in the South Florida area. We're expanding the company as we grow further into Broward County. We are family owned and we are a hands-on management team, which basically means that when we take on a brand new client for the first time, we as owners come out and we clean the facility so we know exactly what needs to be done, that we can reflect it back to our team and our employees so we know what the expectations are. Here you see the 8 benefits of a professional commercial cleaning company. I guess the short video is over right now. So
what it offers. One of the things I love that you said was to make sure that make sure that your building is antibacterial, antiviral, and that your employees are leaving safely. But they are feeling comfortable there. And the way to do that right now, and you made a big point about that, is to make sure that your services are clean. Also, you made a good point about not having employees do the hard or rough deep cleaning, to have someone professionally come in there and do it, because everybody doesn't clean the same. We know that. Everybody doesn't tackle
yeah.
everything that needs to be touched. Everything that's touched, they don't, clean it properly. So therefore, to have a service come in to professionally do it sounds really good to me, and sounds very well for any employer who wants his employees to be safe when they come in there.
So typically what happens when employees clean the facility, as you said, it doesn't get that initial deep cleaning that you're looking for.
Mhm.
When one of our employees come in, right now especially, they're wearing a mask, okay? On top of the mask, they're having a face shield, okay? We also make them wear gloves, okay? Everybody has to have gloves on. One of the things that's happened with the COVID-19, especially right now, is we no longer use rags, okay?
Mm.
Because rags wind up going in a machine. If they have some sort of germ or COVID on them, they're just going to spread out. So what we do is we use disposable towels now. We take a disposable towel, we clean the surface down with it. Once we're done with it, it's in the trash and it's gone. Okay. In certain cases, we may mist a little bit. We may come in and mist the facility with certain disinfectants to help clean it. We do typically when we work with a client for the first time, we're doing a thorough deep cleaning within their organization. Um, then we do a regular cleaning, and everything that our employees do are done on a continual basis, and they're continuously trained in new products and new ways and services to get the whole project done.
Wow. Okay, I like the fact that you're not using rags. In my working in my restaurant days, they would tell us, always make sure your towels that you're cleaning tables with are often cleaned and exchanged out, because you're just spreading one germ to the next table if you keep using the same rag, and you can't use the same rag to clean this material versus a table. So I get what you're talking about now, using that's the same concept that you're saying with towels that we use to clean instead of throw away cloths, correct?
I pay close attention when I go out now, and we're very cautious when we go out now. As you know, restaurants are opening up. I literally watch as somebody's wiping down the table, whether they're using paper or fabric. Okay,
Mhm.
because if they're using fabric, they're basically, even they're using an antibacterial solution or a germ solution, moving it around.
Hmm.
So you want to take the paper product and you want to dispose of the paper product as quick as possible.
Okay, so that is very important. So if there's any restaurant owners out there listening to the broadcast today, that's one great tip that you can use that will decrease the the spread of the virus even through your employees and to your inside visitors that come in and dine with you. Um, Another question I have for you: how well and effective are over-the-counter products that businesses or homeowners just purchase over the how effective are those?
So they are effective. You just have to get the right products. You have to read the labels. You have to check the percentages of what's in them that make them disinfectant, that make them antibacterial. There are products out there that you can buy over the counter, even in a Home Depot, okay, that you can see. So, all right.
Okay. All right. All right. So checking the percentage. What are some of the good percentages that we're looking for, and what kind of things we may be looking for when we're looking for labels like that?
Well, you
Just
want
somewhat like if I'm leaving my job and my job is well protected, we have a service there, but I'm going home and I may not have that kind of service in my home.
So you want a product, something like this, that'll kill 99% of the bacteria, something that works
Okay.
with fungus and works with molds. You want something that's going to be a disinfectant as well, but you also want it to smell clean because you don't want it to smell like a chemical. You also want to find something that you can actually use on food surfaces so that
Okay.
those food surfaces are not, the solution that you're using is not going to stay as a chemical base on the surface. One of the things that can be a little bit of a problem today with cleaning for COVID-19 and people misting and using
Mhm.
foggers out there is basically when the fog sits, it settles, okay,
Mm.
and then it's not being wiped off. So some people are having a reaction to that. So it's knowing what your environment is and making sure that what you're doing, it's wiped down. Again, going back to what our crews do, they're wearing gloves, they're using paper towels, they're using the proper disinfectants, they're gauging their environment. We clean 3 dental offices in the South Broward area between Pines and Plantation, and our crews at times will wear hazmat suits. They'll wear the guards, they'll wear the masks. Um, they walk out with garbage bags full of paper because we're disposing of everything in that facility.
Okay. Well, and so I guess that's one of the reasons why it's great and it's a good idea for businesses to have a professional cleaning service because you guys are educated on that level where you know what the environment needs. You have many different people who have allergies and allergic to certain different things. So your chemicals are conducive to that environment.
Yeah, they are. A
Perfect.
couple of things that, I have a slide that I'd like to show and kind of walk through some of the steps with the COVID-19, what
Perfect.
you need to do and what you need to kind of be aware of. And if it's okay with you right now, I'll share my screen again and I'll share that image. Okay.
And for those who are on Spotify, Steve is going to explain what he's showing to us. Thank you.
Okay. So basic information that we should know in the COVID right now is we want to avoid crowds. We don't want to be shaking hands as much because when we touch surfaces ourselves, okay, uh, for our mouths if we're coughing, we don't want to self-medicate, especially right now. Uh, you can get viral pneumonia, and you need to know some of the signs about the complications that you can have. The goal is to actually stop the transmission, to lower our numbers. Some of the signs that you may have, if you get a fever quite often, if you have a consistent dry cough, a headache on occasion, if your throat is sore, routes of transmission, if you're shaking hands, if you're coughing or breathing on someone, or if you're touching surfaces. The key thing, what you want to do now, and you want to be aware of as you're moving forward with it, um, it's all about wellness. You want to be taking your temperature. You want to be wearing gloves and face masks. You want to be social distancing. You want to be frequently hand washing. These are a lot of key things. I keep a hand sanitizer in my car right now. I have sanitizers all over the place. We stay home as much as so that we're not within that community environment. Um, these are all things that are really, really important, but there's simple steps that we can be taking.
Wonderful. I love this. I love the chart that you're sharing. I love the information that you're sharing as well, because this will help. This will also help employers um, by employees themselves adhering to these CDC regulations, and if we
Yeah.
adhere to that, we will help combat this spread of this virus as well. I think what you're offering with your service is awesome. One of the things I like to get into now is if a business would love to connect with you, and you can give us some information about how they can connect with you, and then how they can discuss pricing or anything else with you.
Okay. So from our standpoint, we do free estimates. Okay. Um, we will come out to your facility. We take pictures of your facility. We walk your facility. We look at every square inch of what needs to be cleaned, whether it's desktop surfaces, floors, doors, refrigerators, kitchens, whatever. We come in and do a full evaluation before we give an estimate out. We look at the number of hours it's going to take us to clean that facility. If you're looking for a way to get a hold of me, there's a couple of different ways. I can be reached at 954-861-6655, or you can reach me at steve@regalservicesfl.com. I will put up a slide in a second that there's another way to get a hold of me. Johnny, you just tell me when you're ready for it. I'll share that and we'll put it up when you're ready. To us, it's really important about building relationships within the community and making sure everybody is safe. So a client for us is not just a client. A client for us is a friend. Okay. And it's really important on the communication aspect that the client is getting exactly what they want when they want it.
Wonderful, wonderful. I love it. The one thing I do like about what you said is that they're a friend. And we know that when we have friends in our life, we give them the best of ourselves, which means that the business that you're going to provide for any business is going to be the best of who you are. You're going to take care of them. You're going to make sure that you're going to give them exactly what they need to keep their businesses running healthy and safe. One thing I desire by being a business outreach coordinator for the city of Miramar is I'm passionate about businesses remaining open. I'm passionate about their still making a living for their families. And how we do that is we educate first of all the public on, like you said, making sure you're wearing masks, making sure that you are sanitizing your hands frequently, making sure that you're sticking to the guidelines and staying and doing social distancing, practicing that. This, what we can do as a community effort, can help businesses stay alive and flourish even through this pandemic. And on top of that, make sure that they do that is to have a service like yours to come in to help them remain safe and environment for the visitors, for people who want to dine in, or for barbershops who want to have someone come in as an appointment, or to have a hair salon that has someone come in as an appointment to make sure that that area is good for that and for those customers that they have. One of the things we want to keep down, and I think what your company is doing is driving down the anxiety of people wanting to go out and get, because we know ladies, they're going to get their nails done, they're going to get their hair done, and it's almost at the point that no matter what, I'm going to take a chance to get this done. I can't continue to look like this. But with your services and other services like this, it will help.
The key thing too with that, Johnny, and I agree with everything that you're saying, is it's not that it's a huge expense. It's not a huge expense. It's a minimal expense that can actually help you get back to almost the level that you want to be at. You're not going to get to 100%. We're now in a whole different age and we have to adapt to it, but we also have to make sure we're doing it the right way so that each one of us can get out of what we're in right now.
Right. Okay. So it's a new way to reinvest in your business.
Yeah.
It's a new way of reinvesting in your business because we're in a new era, like you said. I don't think we're going to go back to the norm. I think we're going to go into a new norm, and a new norm means new precautions, new innovative ways to do businesses, but also a new way investing in your business again. And one of those great investments would be to have a cleaning service come in to make sure that you're safe.
100%. Um, it's funny because I know for a fact, and I'm going to use a different city just for the sake of it right now, because in the Weston area, I have a close friend that's a chiropractor, and the city is actually doing routine inspections of their facility to make sure that it's clean, to make sure that they're wearing masks. That what they're finding now is if you're not maintaining proper levels, they're going to shut you down. Now,
Mm,
that's where you're going to lose money. So
right.
is it worth losing money, or is it worth spending a little bit of money to make sure that you're running at par with what needs to happen?
Wow. Makes perfect sense to me. I'm hoping that the businesses out there that are listening will understand that in this new environment that we're in, you're going to get your audience back. You're going to get your customers back. And the fastest way to get them back is to make sure that they feel confident enough coming to your business, knowing that they're not going to walk out and they're going to be sick 14 days after because
Yep.
they visited your business. So if you can give them that assurance that, hey, once you visit us, you, trust me, it's gonna be the safest place that you're gonna be in while you're visiting us. These are the reasons why. We have a daily cleaning company come in, and to put that on their wall, to have that set there, it's awesome to be able to do that. So again, I applaud what you're doing.
The best thing too, Johnny, about it also is we do this after hours or we do this before hours. It doesn't disrupt the daily activity of the business. So
Wow, wonderful one. Well, now you can put that information up on how people can reach you, and you can say it out loud again for those who are on Spotify and they can't see.
again, we're Regal Services. We're a commercial cleaning company in the South Florida area, looking to grow, expand, and looking for you to get back on your feet and make sure that you're in a clean, free, antibacterial, germ-free, COVID-19 free environment. The best way to get a hold of me is calling me on my cell at 954-861-6655. You can also text me to that number as well, or you could reach me at steve@regalservicesfl.com. Our website is listed here below as well. So anything that we can do to help the community get back on its feet, get back to the new normal level where we need to be, this is how you can get a hold of me. Johnny, thank you for the time. I do appreciate everything, and I look forward to speaking with you soon again.
And Steve, thank you so much for being a part of our show today, sharing your information and your expertise on how we can combat the COVID-19 and the spread of it and keep our businesses safe and healthy for their employees and for the community. Again, you are watching Business Connect, the city of Miramar. I'm Johnny Douglas, your host, wishing you a good day and to stay connected.